Hey, I think we are live. I just wanted to share today with us a little conversation about what to do when we are getting mixed messages. Okay, mixed messages in the sense of like maybe our emotions are saying one thing, but logically it's saying something else, or maybe our intuition is telling us like something, but we're not sure whether or not our intuition is correct because of some of the things that has happened in the past. All right, so one of the biggest things, easiest example that I can think of in this scenario is when we are feeling sad. Okay, when we're feeling sad, but then a part of us tells us, "Oh no, don't feel sad about this. You have so many things to be grateful for. You know, you have so many things to be happy for, and so you should start counting your blessings." All right, so that is a great message. Okay, it's a great message to have, but sometimes if we take that message too far, it may actually prevent us from being able to resolve the issue that's causing us that sadness. All right, so the issue might be, we've lost or we've done very badly on a project that we've been working on for such a long time. Okay, or maybe we've lost a loved one, and so we're super sad about that. Okay, but then people are telling us like, oh, people or ourselves, deep down inside, they're telling us like, oh, it'll be okay. There's a purpose for this, blah, 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 whatever that might be. All right. And it's counterproductive because it can get us into a state of being like, oh, okay, I should be happy. I need to be happy. I need to push this emotion aside. Okay. And if we get to that space where we feel like we have to push an emotion aside, then we're probably doing something that's going against what we need to do to heal. All right. Now, some other emotions can come up. We might be angry. Okay. We might be angry and we might be thinking like, oh, I want to punch someone in the face. Okay. Or I want to do something really, really bad, or whatever that might be. All right. So I'm not saying act violently, aggressively, or negatively on your emotions. I'm saying hold onto those emotions and nurture them so that you can help those emotions heal to become better emotions. So it's not like, okay, I'm going to feel angry. I'm feeling angry right now. That person's pissing me off. I'm going to go over and punch them in the face. All right. But it might be, you know what? I am feeling super pissed off at that person over there because they have done this, this, and this to me, and it's made me feel, it's made me feel embarrassed. It's made me feel dumb. It's going against my values. I feel like they are trying to change the value system or trying to hurt something or someone around me. All right, because we all know, like, well, and if we don't, anger is a secondary emotion, and so there's always something underneath there that's like bubbling up, and if we can't fix it, we can't remedy it, within that time, then it turns into that anger feeling, right? And so diving in a little bit deeper, stepping back a little bit, feeling that emotion of anger and thinking like, where is it coming from? All right. Is it shame? Is it loss? Is it guilt? Is it, destruction of my paradigm or what I know is to be right? Okay. What is it that's there? And then you might move forward knowing that, okay, this is my stance. This is where they're hitting me at, or where I feel they're hitting me at. They might be oblivious to what they're doing. Okay. But moving forward, you might want to step back and not just like be like, you know what? Don't care about them. I'm going to do my own life. Sometimes that's good because, maybe they're not worth it in those moments and you're just going to have to like move forward and just be happy with your life. Okay. And then you might never see them ever again. All right. Sorry, something's happening with my phone right now. So I just got to move some things around. Okay. All right. First time trying in live on YouTube, and I'm learning a little bit here. Thank you for joining me through this moment together. And so where was I? Moving forward. Okay. Moving forward. Do you back out? Do you move in? If you back out, is it good for you to back out? Do you have the energy? Do you have the time? Is this something that's going to come up later? If it's not going to come up later, then fine, back out, and just don't worry about them. Okay. But if it's something that you feel like it's going to come up later and it's going to come up again and again, maybe pick and choose your battles and see if this is one that's worth it for you to kind of like step in and hold your ground or state your ground. All right. But do know that do not get into a power struggle with anger. Do not get into a power struggle with stupid. Okay. If it gets to a point where you're just like, you know what? I've said my space, and stupid is going to be stupid, or a nicer way of saying that is they're just going to be them. I'm just going to be me. They think I'm stupid. I think they're stupid for this moment, and so I'm just going to get out of this power struggle and back off. Okay. And so sometimes you got to do that. Okay. But just know that in those moments where we're heated, we're in those moments where we're super sad, we might get a message that might be mixed. Okay. And then we might have to dissect those messages and really see, is it worth it to back out? Is it worth it to move forward? Is there a middle ground that I can find between the two that might be the best route to take? All right. Such as being sad. Okay. Wrapping back to being sad. When we are sad, sometimes when we back out away from it, we don't actually heal that part of us of being sad, especially if we've lost something, okay, or lose someone that we've loved, for a long time. If we just back out and just try to find happiness in those moments, maybe it'll work. Okay. But usually there's a bit of us that don't get healed if we don't ever address that moment of sadness or those feelings of sadness. We end up kind of stuffing it, and then it grows and it kind of like turns into a bigger, darker thing that bubbles up in a different way in our life. Okay. Now we can't go into depth into how to do that because everyone's grief is handled slightly differently. Okay. And so we can't go too deep into that, but then just kind of like the rough overview of it would be find out how you can best address it without stepping away from it, and without also being overcome by it. Okay. So sometimes we step away, and then we stuff it down and it bubbles up in a different way. We might get sick, and we might feel it in our body. We might feel it, in a different way. We might get angry at people. We might start pushing people away, whatever it might be. Okay. So it might manifest itself in a different way if we just stuff it and try to find happiness instead of actually addressing the sadness or the loss that's in our life. Okay. Now, if we move forward into it and we're just like, I'm going to feel all of it. I'm just going to embrace this. And I'm just going to just become one with the sadness. Okay. We might get consumed by it. Okay. So do not step too deep into it. Do not step away from it and just try to stuff it away or like push it off to the side. Find a way to be able to address the issue, heal it. Okay. Address the issue or heal from it. All right. Say what you need to say. All right. And then learn how to be able to like slowly move forward and seeing how those emotions can slowly become less and less in your life. All right. Now, by doing that, you might find moments where you pull happiness into that. Okay. And it's fine to be able to do that. The one thing that sometimes we do is instead of just pulling little inklings of happiness into it so that we can be able to move forward and begin to lessen those sadness and begin to find more passion in other areas of our lives, we turn our sight away from the sadness and we focus just on the happiness and we try to like push that sad feeling away. And that's usually where we get into trouble, is because we don't address the sadness, we push it aside. And so bring in the happiness, also allow the sadness to be there, and notice that over time the sadness will get less and less. All right. I know this is a video, I can't address every single issue, and so I'm kind of being as basic as possible on this and just an overview, but hopefully you can take something from this. If you have a coach in your life or if you have a counselor in your life that you're working with, great. Okay. Chat with them about this. And when I say coach, it could just be a friend, it could just be a mentor in your life, it could just be a mom, a dad, a brother, a sister, someone in your life, that a coworker that you and them, they kind of vent with each other. Okay, you guys vent with each other. If you have a coach in your life, someone that you can go to, address this with them, keep them in the loop, and then allow them to help you move out of this. If you have a counselor in your life, even better in helping you kind of like process that, because they are trained in those moments and how to help a person and help you move through those emotions and those life obstacles. Okay. Now, if you want to reach out, feel free to reach out to me here on social media, or you can check out the website at fablecenter.com. Again, reach out here on social media or fablecenter.com. And here on YouTube, just feel free to hit the like button and subscribe if you felt that this has brought you some good information. And I hope to be able to see you on the next video. All right, go out there, make some magic happen in your life, and I will see you soon. All right, take care.